What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's up, everybody? It's Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron, a.k.a. First Ballot.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Duke Crew? This is Ball Hawk Ifeatu Melifonwu of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
All right, well, greetings and salutations, everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host, once again, Dan Thornton, and we've got a little bit of a breaking news update for you guys. So as you guys know, it came out real late last night near the end of the Monday Night Football game that Jameson Williams appears to have been suspended from the NFL for 2 games for violating the drug policy. We all get that. We talked about it on the morning show, but not so fast. I thought something seemed not quite right with it. I wanted to jump on it. I reached out to a lot of different people over in Detroit-based media, and we've got an update for you. Jameson Williams, as of right now, 12:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is not suspended by the NFL. The news did come out last night. Eric Woodyard did a great job breaking the news, but we need to also make sure we fully understand. At this point, he is not suspended. The news should not have been leaked per the couple different people I talked to over in Detroit because the NFL has not made an official ruling on this as of yet. What does this mean, you may ask? He did flag for something on the test, but because that test hasn't been fully certified yet, he may not indeed be suspended. The NFL did not clearly want this information out because now if they let him go, now he's in trouble, or the NFL looks like they're in trouble, like they're weak on the matter. Jameson Williams may have indeed tested bad for something, and he may get suspended. But I want to reiterate, at this point, they don't know what the substance is. It could be something he was trying to mask. It could be a performance-enhancing supplement. It could be something to help him speed up his recovery from an injury. Or it could be a substance that they simply drew a flag on that policy and they're looking into it more. I am told we will know today if he's going to be suspended this weekend by 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you're going to say, why 4:30 p.m.? Because that is when, for the most part, the NFL offices shut down. They are working on this right now, but I am told from multiple sources, and not just in Detroit-based media, that this was a big leak for the NFL and one they weren't prepared to make any kind of ruling on. So Jameson Williams right now, he did get flagged for something, but per multiple sources, that is not an incredibly unregular thing for it to happen. It does happen where they do random tests. Somebody does get flagged. They do a deeper dive into it, and they say, no, this substance actually isn't one of the banned things. Now, could it be he is suspended? Yes. But as of right now, again, 12:03 Eastern Standard Time on a Tuesday, we don't know yet if he is officially suspended. It is unofficial at this point. It is speculative. And by 4:30 today, we'll know. If 4:30 p.m. passes today and Jameson Williams isn't officially suspended by the NFL, then you know what? He's probably playing at least this week. The NFL is doing their due diligence because they know the NFL Players Association, if they suspend him improperly, will step in, just like they did with the was it a year ago with the gambling thing? Remember, a lot of those rules for the gambling suspension were then overturned and removed from the policies. So the NFL even came out and said, yeah, we shouldn't be suspending anybody for this, especially since we're encouraging people to do gambling. So what Jameson Williams missed some games for last year is no longer a violation in the NFL. So for those of you who have your opinions on him, and I'm not here to tell you like the guy or not like the guy, but what he got suspended for a year ago is no longer a violation. So we're all kind of on a slippery slope with this suspension and its report. Yes, he might get suspended, but nothing official has come down from the NFL, and it has to happen by 4:30 today, or it's 99% chance he won't be out this weekend's game. I'm guessing if you're a Lions fan, and if he ultimately does get suspended 2 games, you want him out this game It stinks about the Packers game, but it is what it is. All right, we're going to go into a special guest. You guys know him, Mike Kipp. He's going to join us here, give us his thoughts and analysis on this. Hold on a second while we bring him on. All right, Hutch Jr., what you got for us?
I just heard about it too. So yeah, it's crazy, right? Because last night, news broke that he was going to be suspended, and now we're hearing it's not even a possibility. And here's the thing, man. PEDs and PES are totally different things. So I hear a lot of people saying that he's using PEDs. It is not a PED. It is a PES. And a lot of people, if you don't know, Claritin D is considered a PES. So he could have popped Sudafed for all we know, and it popped up on a report. So I see a lot of people have turned on JMO yet again. Let's wait and see what happens. And yeah, this is crazy news. I would imagine, and that's what was weird to me. Like, I know Schefter broke it last night and things like that. Right. So it's really weird to me that a reporter as high as Schefter would pronounce this, but the NFL, and that was what weird to me, because even Dan Campbell, if you guys watched the ticket this morning, he said, we can't even comment on it yet because the NFL hasn't made it official. And that was kind of weird to me. Like, if the NFL hasn't made an official suspension, this could go long. JMO could, he could fight this and say, hey, I've already been illegally suspended once, So, I'm hoping to God, it's just something minor, which I think it is. I don't think it's anything serious. Obviously, it would be more than a 2-game suspension, but it's just a weird thing to do.
I get we all live in the day and age where everybody needs to be first on the story and all that stuff. And, hey, I over the course of my 30 plus years being a reporter, I've screwed things up. So I'm not going to come after anybody for reporting the news. Sometimes it just happens where we get a story wrong. What I've got a problem with is that the fact that we talked about it a little bit this morning, that in my time as a coach reporter, I can remember when the Zycam came out, everybody in the NCAA, NAIA, JUCO leagues, etc., started having players getting flagged around flu and cold season during the winter, when, hey, they would take these things to try to help speed up the getting over the flu or whatever. And it got a bunch of people flagged, and scholarships lost, lawsuits engaged, because now my kid just lost their 4-year college scholarship. And it's a substance that is not meant to be flagged. It is not performance enhancing. It gets rid of a cold or flu. I don't know what's going to happen with Jameson Williams. I don't know if he broke the rules or not. And that's going to be the part of the problem. Everybody who says they didn't do anything wrong, who gets caught, is going to say they didn't do anything wrong. The people that actually do try to cheat the system, they're going to plead innocent no matter what. But the fact that the NFL did not want this out and had not even come to an official conclusion in regards to Jameson Williams, I think that's where we got to have a moment and pause and stop racing to judge him. Half the Duke crew this morning wanted the guy, put on a cable, head cut off. And maybe he did cheat. I don't know. But that's the problem. None of us know. The NFL is now waiting to get all the test results. And again, at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today on a Tuesday, if they don't have some sort of results out, if they haven't officially suspended them by then, the chances of him being out for this weekend's game is pretty much zero. It doesn't mean it can't happen, but it's egregiously remote at that point. If it comes out next week, then it happens when it happens, I guess. But right now, It is appearing that there is a chance Jameson Williams simply took something over the counter, and that drew a red flag. And now the NFL, doing their due diligence, is trying to find out what that was. So I don't have more than that right now. I guess we're all going to be sitting around the rest of the day, checking media to find out what happens. But there is a possibility Jameson Williams might not even get suspended at all. There is a possibility he could be out 2 games. We're all just going to have to sit and wait at this point. Hutch Jr., you got anything else to add in?
No, I think you touched on it, man. I think as a Detroit media, I think we jumped to conclusions as just people, too quick. But frying a guy, everyone fried him over his gambling issue. And come to find out,
no longer even illegal.
Yeah, it's no longer in the league. So that wasn't even his fault. So really, we're looking at possibly we're blaming a guy for an Achilles injury that was really out of his control for being out for 2 years. And now, everyone's like, oh, we don't need to pick up this guy's 5th-year option when he's a huge part of this offense. It's just one of those things, man. I do it sometimes too. I think we all do it. We jump to conclusions. But you
What
know,
happened?
turning on a guy, you know, who's been arguably one of our best wide receivers this year is crazy. It's sickening. And if people don't realize, Jimmy G got suspended for something similar like this, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, and he got suspended 2 games for, I think it was an over account or something that he took. So, you know, worst case scenario, it's 2 games. You have him suspended for the Titans, whatever. But yeah, I think the NFL is probably going to get a little backlash from this, because now this is the second time on just Jameson Williams. And if I was Jameson Williams and I don't get suspended for this, I'm probably looking at the NFL like, hey man, I'm going to sue you for. I mean, he could sue him for whatever he wants at this point, you know, defamation, you know, things like that. So it just sucks that it's happened to him twice now, and you know, people have, you know, starting to question his character and things like that. So it just sucks because he's a good kid. He's 23. He's young. You know, my big thing is, if this was his year coming off his Achilles and this was a PED issue, okay, I could understand he's using performance enhancement, but he's fully recovered. You know, I highly doubt. I mean, like I said, this could be something he just took over the counter. He had a cold, he got popped, and now everyone's turned against him. But yeah, it's just crazy. You know, I wouldn't be surprised by 4:30 if he's not suspended and this goes away and he's playing in the next 2 games, you know, so.
Well, this is where I think, you know, that we all have to keep in mind that the NFL Players Association, I mean, they would have been notified irregardless that, hey, he was on the watch. But now that this information has been leaked out, and like you're saying, with the potential backlash against Jameson Williams, the PR nightmare that it is now, I wouldn't be surprised if the NFLPA really steps in. So if they don't find something just damning, like you know, smoking gun type, hey, this is what he took, this is how he took it, this is what he was trying to do with it. If it's something mundane that, hey, it was Zicam, we'll say, or, you know, some kind of cough medicine or whatever it may be, man. If it's not a smoking gun that he was trying to really cheat the system, I think the Players Association is going to have a heyday with the NFL, and the NFL may just want to walk away and bury it and say, hey, let's stop talking about it, hope it goes away. Because right now, I mean, anybody watch this morning show, and I'm sure you watched other shows, it's just a screw up of epic proportions by all involved. He may indeed be guilty. He may have cheated the system, but he also may not have. He may have just taken the wrong bubble gum for all I know, and it flagged him. So, and, you know, again, just based on my own experiences, watching when Zicam and all that other stuff came out to help reduce your cold, how many people lost their scholarships, how many kids got kicked out on the streets. It was a damning thing for the NCAA. It was a damning thing for the NAIA and NJCAA. And this may be another thing that the NFL, they've got to probably put a little bit more clarity and make it easier for people to understand. If you have a cold, you can't take this or that. And I talked about in the morning show, there is an agency in Detroit, just like there is in Grand Rapids. If you are a professional athlete or a college-based athlete and you want to avoid this situation, go through them, because they will provide you with things they are 100% certain. And if they mess up, you've got some legal recourse. So, all right, let's get over to the Duke Crew real quick before we end this show. But hey, right now, Jameson Williams, just for those joining, he is not suspended. We'll know more than likely by 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. The NFL is not happy with what is happening right now, because this information should not have gotten out. It did get out. And now everybody's guessing, did he take something or he didn't? All right, Duke Crew, what say you? Clark, what do you got? Well, I'm hopefully, since you've been here, you've been watching. Hatman, hey, Coach, how you doing, Hatman? Gary, hello, and back at you. Big D, sup, guys? Hope good news. It's a flip of a coin, I guess you could say at this point, Big D. Michael, first, woo! Oh, yeah, we'll go with that. Chew, free my boy J-Mo. You know, you might start seeing some shirts for that. If this really goes down where the NFL messed them over again, and now they have to make new rules to kind of exonerate J-Mo like they did with the gambling thing, you might see some people in Ford Field wearing those shirts, man. Michael, it's the afternoon coach and Duke Crew. Come on, Brad Holmes. Oop, let me turn down the stock news stuff. Sorry, guys. I forgot I left that on. Hold on. All right, afternoon coach and Duke Crew. Come on, Brad Holmes. Bring Max home. We'll see what happens. Brent, yeah, update. Thanks, Coach. Anytime. Dennis, good morning. Dan and the Duke Crew. Heck, man, I don't get people freaking out and trashing J-Mo over this. At this point, I would say a lot of people who were one way earlier now are probably sitting back and, you know, at least having a moment of pause. He still may be guilty. We just don't know yet. JT, what do you got? Good morning, Coach. Back at you. Carrie, hope good news for once. It might be. We don't know yet. That's the biggest thing. Nobody knows. Arrogancy, just saw Campbell said he was in serious talks for a trade in 97.1. He did mention something earlier today, but until we know. I'm focusing on JMO. Big D, free JMO. I'll go with that. Gary, Green Salutations, Coach of Duke Crew. Thanks for all the keeping us informed. Great time for Tim Patrick and Robinson to step up. Yeah, if he's out, I'm guessing they're getting in. Jameer, good news. I would think so. During the DC interview, he said they were already planning to play without him. Yes, they did mention that they would be prepared in case something happens. So when they resume stuff tomorrow, I'm guessing if there's any kind of question if he's going to be available, they'll be just going the cautious route, not having him out there. Eric Seat News, JMO is currently in limbo. Better to get the suspension now than rather later. Anyways, I would agree with that. Get it done now with the Titans game. It will stink about the Green Bay game, but let it just work itself out. Michael here. Oops, hold on. Myles Garrett might join the team. There has been some speculation about him. I know I was talking with the Lions content creators yesterday. My thought, he's probably overall for what the Lions want to do, a better fit than Crosby. Crosby would probably have to take over the Sam backer and then on clear passing downs, BNN. But, really, are you going to complain about having Max Crosby? Probably not, I'm guessing. 9 drinks. Woo! I'll go with that. 9 drinks, that'd be great, 100%. Tori, what a screw up if he didn't do anything. I agree with that. Mark, the quick stacker, what do you got? He's a pretty slim body, man. I don't think it's roids. Yeah, I would think not, but who knows, man? Chrome, this is crazy. It is. Don, Michael, no, you're not hearing that. Okay. Big D, free JMO. Jess, what the heck? I'll go with that. Hookadoo, outstanding breaking news. Grit. Hey, every once in a while we get some grit. Ronnie, league week starts tomorrow. Yes, correct. So if they're going to suspend him, it will be done today. I hope that would hate to have him miss Green Bay and Houston. Yeah, I would hope they would get it done today so you'd only miss one of those 2 games. Michael, well, then I've seen it. Okay. Rob, 2 games suspension is supposed to happen. Second offense, first offense, a drug class mandatory. Yeah, and we'll see what shakes out. Carry free JMO. I tell you, man, these shirts are going to sell like hotcakes. Let's see, Jameer, a lot of haters. JMO ain't going nowhere. I would think not at this point. Dennis, they better leave my boy alone. They better. Big D, free JMO, no more BS. Let the kid play, not Peds. This is a main thing, correct. Mark, if he does get suspended, I hope he sits out for 2 weeks, practices, and does nothing but eat left weights, come back 10 pounds heavy, ready to go. Okay. See, Big D, free JMO, Team JMO. There we go. Dennis, yep. Gary, free JMO, Team JMO. Mofo, free Sony bat. All right. Man, getting crazy in the Duke Crew. Look at it. I even asked this morning, could they be targeting JMO? I mean, who knows, man? It's hard to say what somebody else is doing, especially something like the NFL. Let's see. Jansen, JP, what do you got? JMO to the moon. I'm down with that. Walt, tell us it's good news. Woo! So far, I'd say this. He's not officially suspended. So versus this morning where everybody was saying he's suspended, now we know he's not yet at least suspended. Rob, when he leaves because everyone treating him like crap after his contract, I wouldn't blame him. Fans have been horrible to this guy. And, and Josh Reynolds said that's why he left for Denver. So, see, Ken, not to nitpick, but ACL, not Achilles. Yeah, not a big deal, man. Not a big deal. Lansing, no incoming suspension. Exclamation point. I feel better for upcoming DBs who have to guard. Yeah, I feel bad for him. Okay. Yeah, we don't know if he's going to be suspended. We'll know later today if he's going to miss this week. Big D, Team JMO till the world. Blow. Yeah, and if you want to know, here's one for you, Hutch Jr. Me being, having covered the NFL for a long time, knowing, at least in my belief, the NFL is not the biggest fan of the Ford family, and I'm not going to get into all that. But what if they let him play this week and then drop the suspension next week so he's out against Green Bay and Houston?
Your 2 biggest games of the season, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, talk about skipping.
Yeah, you want to talk about controversy and pissed off fans.
Go ahead, man.
There you go. Oh, no, I was just saying, you want to talk about pissed off fans and controversy, that'd be the big one. I'd rather have, if you're going to suspend him, you suspend him immediately. You suspend him for the Tennessee game. You don't need him. In the Green Bay game, you can get by. But, yeah, if you drop the ball
right
and then you suspend him not like later in the season, Detroit will riot. Yeah, that would – you don't want to piss Detroit off. I mean, I think Dallas has seen that firsthand, and I think at that point, I think Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes would do a big FU to the NFL, and they would – they'll go out and trade for a wide receiver just to piss the NFL off. So, yeah.
The only thing I would say is, I think you got to, if you're the NFL, you got to look for this kind of stuff. You don't want people cheating. But for those who say, and I'm not here to say it did happen or didn't happen. I'm here to say for those who want to believe Jameson Williams or the Lions themselves were targeted, and Jameson Williams was just the target of the NFL. For longtime fans who have seen a lot of odd stuff from the NFL towards the Detroit Lions, whether it's refereeing calls or rulings or whatever, you let him play this week, and then you come out next week and say, now he's going to sit down these next 2 games. That would add some gasoline to the fire, I think, but we'll see. All right, let's see. Lansing, JMO's stock rising. Go trade for him now. Monster season fixing to be unleashed. Could be. Let's see. Willard, the news will be announced the first day of the league week, which is today. Yes, correct. So again, if it's not announced by 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm guessing there's like a 99% chance he plays this week, or is at least able to play this week. Jameer, what do you got? JMO should show out on everybody in every game for calling him a bust. Hey, change people's opinion, 100%. All right, Rob, only people targeting JMO was the media and so-called fans. Could be. Carp, was it free JMO? And we got to get those shirts going. Martin, this stuff might be payback from the Cowboys beat down. Maybe, man. Maybe Jerry Jones said, hey, I'm calling in a chip or a marker here. Willard, if you would have read the NFLPA, it's the NFL policy, you would know this, okay? Yeah, I think we have already mentioned it, Willard, a couple times that, that's, I think one of the first things I said on the show is we'll know by 4:30 p.m. today. All right, Willard, I sent you the link in the chat. Thanks, man. Let's see, Mo, this is why they have 24/7 backups. There you go. Let's see, Joe, just getting here. What did I miss? Jameson Williams is not officially suspended yet. He may indeed be suspended, but the NFL is still looking into the substance that drew the red flag. While he did get the flag, why he did get a notice that that something popped up on his test, we don't know, and apparently neither does the NFL know if it's a banned substance. So they're looking into it. They didn't want the news out yet. It got leaked out, and now they're in a real bad situation with it because nobody wins now at this point, whether it's the NFL or Jameson Williams, because the damage has been done. The NFL Players Association, I don't have this confirmed, but I'm going to say from my own personal belief, the NFLPA is now 100% involved in this, where before maybe they were marginally involved. Yeah, they're all over it. All right, Corey, crazy how some of our fans so quick to jump the gun and Jameson Williams situation, 100%. Williams, so are you telling me everyone overreacted, not you, Dan, others? No, I was a part of it too. I'm not absolving myself. I said that earlier in the show, William. I'm sure you saw it, that there is a race to get things out. I said that I've done it over my career. Other people have done it. But now we're getting more detailed information later in the day that maybe he's not going to be suspended. We don't know yet. He could be, might not be. Lansing, Max or Miles, question mark, stop it. I'm getting all jittery inside. Hey, how about we get them both? Let's bring them both in, man. Let's see. Well, watch 97.1, the ticket interview with Coach Campbell. Yes, I did. And yes, he had some comments about it. He did say, he wasn't going to comment on it because he can't. He's not allowed to. Let's see, Matt, Purple Drink with Miles Jones. There you go. Willard, we could put Houston as JMO's replacement. Hey, there we go. Maybe James Houston can do it. All right. Mr. Nico, I think JMO was talking stuff for rehabilitating muscles, or taking stuff for rehabilitating muscles. He probably got dinged. It happens. It does, man. Walt, hit the like button for Dan and the Duke Crew. Woo! I'll go with that. Eric, what up, Dan? JMO is one of the best guys in the team, in the community. People act like he's a bad guy. I'm sitting here rooting for him. Go Lions, free JMO. Woo! Yeah, and I'm with you there. And again, for those who want to bring up the gambling stuff, yes, he screwed up. He did something he shouldn't have done. But also notice the NFL came forward and said, we're removing this from being a violation. So what Jameson Williams got suspended for is no longer a violation. They reviewed the policies. They admitted fault. They admitted this is something they're going to move on from. So even though he did it, let's also keep in mind that it's no longer against the rules. That what's happening here today, I don't know one way or the other. He may have screwed up. He may have cheated. He may have done whatever. Or he may not have. That's the problem. None of us really know. I think it was Dad's Club. First offense is suspended. It's supposed to be classes, not suspension. Correct. Let's see, Corey, it happens all the time. Hell, Canelo Alvarez said he ate meat with some kind of peds in it, supposedly, even though I think Canelo is a liar. Yeah, and that's the thing. The problem is everybody says it's not their fault. Somebody put something in my drink or whatever. So if you are innocent, that's the tough part. Nobody's going to really believe you. Elderman had suspended for the same thing and came back and was Super Bowl MVP, so I don't know why everybody is so hard on a player. It just is what it is, man. People want to see the Lions win the Super Bowl, and they don't want anything to set us back. Josh, do we have news on a trade today? Not as of yet. See, Mofo, Camilla is behind this. Could be. Willard, overreacting is common. The Hutch Jr. and Dan. Thanks, man. I'll take that. Hey, sometimes, the Italian-Irish in me comes on out. Let's see. Man, Willard, yeah, it happens, man. Not everybody's a fan of everybody. So, creative ideas. Hold on. It's messing up here. Okay, probably one game he will be back against Packers. I'll go with that. See, Bo, I missed the start. Hope it's good news. Woo! I'll go with that. Bo, where's Vaki? That I don't know. All right, let's see. Oops. All right, then where's Vaki? And Mr. Nico, it could be something as simple as, it could be. Let's see, Lansing, Ford down the field. I'm down with that. All right, guys, if there's more breaking news today, I'll get it over to you as quick as possible. Hutch Jr., why don't you tell everybody where to find you and give yourself a shout out?
Yeah, you can always find me on here, Lions Talk Live. You can catch me with Dan and the Do Crew. Catch me on the Catch My Vibe Radio, doing my own thing over there eventually. And then you can always come into T-Mobile, get your, all your phones and things like that right here in Marshall, Michigan. If you guys need anything, reach out to me. You can also find me on Twitter at the one and only Hutch Jr. I'm always posting breaking news and keeping up, news with the Lions. So outside of that, obviously, guys, let's temperament the judgment on JMO here a little bit, and let's find out what happens by 4:30. So.
All right, I'm guessing everybody will be paying attention to their media screens or whatever the rest of the day, seeing what happens or if any more news comes out. If it does come out, I'll try to get over to you guys as quick as possible. Take care. Be a good human being. If you haven't yet subscribed, please consider doing so. Also, hit that thumbs up button. We'll see you guys on the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, everybody. You're still here? What are you doing here? It's over. The show's over. Go home.